The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. To return, this is Doug Baldwin. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And we take a look at the offense for the Seahawks.
In music, the Seattle sound is distinctive. In the NFL, it's the Seattle running game. Usually ranked in the top 5 in the NFL. It fell to number 25 in 2016, and they're trying to revamp the offensive line and find a bell cow running back in order to get things moving again.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
On 2nd down, Rawls pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck, as some guys may have fallen to them. But for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Here we go.
Now Beathard. And his first look is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw is Beathard. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
KJ Wright just keeps getting better at outside linebacker. Long, lengthy guy, can rush the passer, can drop into coverage. Has great agility, though, to stay on his feet and make tackles, too.
And still has years ahead of him. Turned 27 in July. Native of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A really nice nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish him off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Let's go.
On second down, Hyde. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Beathard. That's complete to Sharp. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run for it. Hyde. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch. Also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They stay on the ground, rolls again, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving. And
he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. Pass the Doug Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll find the rookie, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll throw here, Beathard. And McDonald here over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now a play fake here on first down, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to throw Beathard. Well, this is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Here's Beathard to throw. Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Beathard. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Michael Bannon in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board?
Now you folks don't know what you're missing. Missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Fielded about a yard deep. Breaks a tackle. And he's got room.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just change. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now in defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Now high, and he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They run again with Hyde on first. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Green, 3.
They run. Hyde. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He dumps it to Hyde. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Beathard to throw. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. He'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. They're going to look to throw. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
First down, this is Rawls. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They go again with Rawls. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Wilson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Wilson to give to Rawls. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The rookie from Stanford, Solomon Thomas. And that's going to make it 4th down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. They start the drive with Hyde. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. First down, a run with Hyde. They find some open field here. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Detroit!
Again, it's Hyde. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he is knocked down from the side. Right there at the 43. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And that'll set them back 5. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Here's Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Throwing now is Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Here's Wilson. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
Wilson to throw. Complete outright to Kurz. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 11, and they're going to have a third down. One last shot for Wilson, and that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.